need to put my eyeball in, or do you think people would get freaked out?
It's combat wound.
Yeah. I had to ask Mark, like, what was, like, I don't get the combat. He's like, oh, it's like a Woody or the Toy Story reference. I was like, all right, whatever.
Yeah, Combat Carl.
Yeah.
So you do realize we're gonna have to play the whole flick, your whole portion of that broadcast. We're gonna play it.
Okay.
For these people. You good with that?
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, it doesn't look anything like it used to, but I mean, like, yeah, I can explain what I'm doing and yeah, that's fine.
Oh, that sounds good. So, just to clarify for anybody that might never watch this, so they know it's a very special edition of live chat TGG, because Combat Carl here, you might also notice his name has changed a little bit over here.
Instead of Scooter Carl.
It used to be Scooter Carl. You'll always be Scooter Carl to us.
Yeah.
You have another moniker now and it goes Combat Carl. Who gave you this name?
Well, Bobby Skull. Well, I don't know. I don't know if it was Bobby or if it was oh God, what's his face? The other one. I just remember watching the video and then suddenly hearing it. So I was just recently, my display was just recently well, it wasn't recently submitted, but recently played on the 4 Dummies with Robert. I think it might have been Robert Detolf. It was either Robert Detolf or it was Bobby. And so my portion showed up. I think I was the second to last, I think. So my display case, which I know a lot of people have already seen because I've posted it on a lot of pages, just because, like, I'm one of those anti-Detolf people. I know that's not for everybody, but yeah. So they said Combat Carl, and I had no idea of the reference. So I had asked somebody else to figure out what that was for.
Yeah, and let me get to any kind of chat we may get. I don't remember how did we add the link so people could show their comments down there?
I think you posted it to the Facebook group, and then people were able to click on the link, which would then bring them in instead of it being like a username. I mean, it was only like 2 weeks ago we did a live stream.
Because you see, it says Facebook user. Yo, yeah. That gives no clues. There's a way to do it, and I can't remember how to do it. Anyways, I want to go right into this video. I've also, I'm just going to do it like this. And so I can see you kind of squirm around in your seat. I also have taken note that your camera is facing a different direction now, where it used to have your display behind you. Are you in a closet corner now?
No, I'm downstairs.
Okay, because
I'm downstairs at my kitchen table.
I don't think your display was ever that bad, but some of the jokes that they made had me rolling more than I should have been.
Yeah, so just for some context now, like when you guys watch these live streams, my display case is behind me against a back wall. So what I ended up having was, to the left was a sit-to-stand desk that was just too small. And so then I got a desk that was pretty much like 96 inches long. So I couldn't have the display case there. So I moved that to the back wall behind me. That thing's not going anywhere. It weighs 200 pounds. So like when they freak out in the beginning and they say that I got some big cojones, I wasn't worried because that display case weighs a lot. The glass is super thick. Just for context.
So you're saying that you don't, in fact, have big cojones?
I mean, I like to say that I got a big brain.
Well, let's get down to the nitty gritty. Let's play this thing. We're right here at the beginning shot of Carl. Let's see here. I'll back it up just a little bit when it starts to switch over. All right, here we go. Let's listen. Let's listen in on what they have to say.
Out of the coffee cup.
Moving on. This next one is from Carl.
Combat Carl.
Combat.
Oh, so it wasn't either of them.
Okay. Look, this.
Whoa.
All right. this is not beyond salvageable.
Really?
I really truly believe that. This glass case is nice.
I agree, the glass case is nice. But dude, what's crazy is that a loft? Are all those top lots gonna fly off the back of that? Look at the mid bar, dude. Like, look behind the case. It's up against like a little half wall.
Yeah, it looks like that.
That's risky. That's risky.
This dude has balls that are
Why is Devastator robbing Omega Supreme?
At least they're posed and they're.
Why is Scorponok got a question?
Teacher.
I would go less with the versus battle mode here. I get what you're trying to do, but I feel like it's more distracting than it is purposeful.
He's got a Nemesis Matrix.
Yeah, I think that's cool. I think that this has a lot of potential. I think those glass
Autograph.
cases are cool. Once again, like the displacement of them is a little strange. Like I would probably go, like you see the shelf with Overlord, I would probably make an attempt to have every shelf about that size and use a set of risers or something to like lift stuff up off the back and put stuff in the, because like it looks too squished and crunched and compartmentalized, whereas like that one shelf with Overlord really looks pretty sharp.
Yeah, I agree. I think you need to light them too at the bottom.
Yes.
I think you need to change the lighting out on these like quarter shelves that you have to have these UFO puck lights. It's crazy. I think I know why he has his big bots standing sideways. It's to prevent them toppling back down that staircase. And that's why he's got Scorponok asking a question, so all that weight is leaning forward.
I thought Scorponok looked like he was going for the killing blow.
Yeah, either way.
That was my intent.
Choking
That was
guy.
my intent.
I think if you
He's
made
about to
every
whack.
cube about the size, because you can do
Because it
it.
didn't mention anything about him choking Skylix. Nothing.
Shelves, and you have the space. And use risers, open them up a bit, let them breathe a little bit. I think that you'll be better off. And also, like, I'll tell you, a hard lesson I learned, but like, get some of that fluff
Kibble.
out of here. Get the
Yeah.
cage out of here. Get the blast effects on Galvatron out of here. Get the Energon cube.
Not the
out of
Energon
here.
cubes.
Like,
Yeah,
so-
well, that's part of the display, though. That's why they can't disappear.
Get out of here.
He's referring to the other Energon cubes that might be Insecticons.
Scourge, get him out of here.
Scourge.
That's all we're talking
And they're
about
not even there. They're not even there anymore.
from the scene. Is that right?
Yeah, we are.
I like to
What if you did it inside the case?
Or maybe. Laura doesn't like that. She wants,
No, I didn't.
she wants you swatting at them like gnats.
Like Laura, how do you know about the wires near that computer there on the left?
Yeah, the wire control needs a little
Which
help.
is gone too. That's not there either.
Corner shelves.
Like I said, the lights need to go.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, those puck lights. I just had no way to do it.
The middle shelf's too big for the middle shelf. Like, does that make sense?
Yeah, you need to
Maybe swap them,
swap
maybe?
those two. Like put Minosaur and Bruticus on the bottom and put the other three on the middle. Like that's an easy fit.
I think that's a valid point.
No, that is.
He's like, give us some elbow room.
Yes. Armageddon's so big. He's huge. But that's my plan though. I do want to see if I can put them back to back. That was a lot of the points they made were super valid.
Yeah. Well, what lights? Puck lights.
Yeah, and I think if you bring your dinos up to the next shelf, it'll make them feel more like
It'll make it more cohesive. Yeah,
Yeah.
Agreed. Totally agree.
Yeah, to me that seems a little strange to have like those three, and you put two of them in. We have the two of them in Dino mode, and they're even smaller. Like that seems like a quick, easy fix. How you have Minosaur and Bruticus kind of facing the same direction. I would put them kind of back to back, facing opposite directions, like shoulder to shoulder, like in a triangle. I think that would look better, also.
Details.
Daily cash post.
Exactly.
Arms crossed. One with
Exactly.
arms crossed, one with hands on hip.
But I think it would.
handle the gun. You're gonna have the gun up.
But I think it would work. So here's the thing. Ultimately, I think that you have enough here to make something really good. I think you just need to rethink how you have it.
Can I bring one thing up?
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting. The shelf with Scourge, Cyclonus, and who is that? Starscream?
Yes.
What is that with?
Yeah,
I think it's the
Starscream.
first
That's
seen like a shelf, a glass shelf with three, planes, or for lack of a better term, each on a stand. Now it's the same problem as having three figures of the same height.
Yep.
Kind of, I think you can get away with having one up and two down.
Yep.
I mean, they're on glass anyway.
Yep. Yep, or 2 down.
You
and
can
1
do
up,
that
and
with
you can
those
do
3
that.
point
Like
stands,
that
right?
space.
Yep.
Yeah, well, and we'll get into that at the end of the video because that's a valid point I was going to bring up.
I know. Because that plastic's too heavy. That plastic
Yeah,
that
it's
Advanced
like-
is used is too
You
heavy.
gotta link it together and it doesn't balance out. Just looks like it's just.
Yeah, that I was going to remove that blasting.
Really just
It was stupid by Fans Toys part, but it was blasting stars from space. Yeah, that was that.
For regret.
Yeah, and my man. So he's not giving us the full space.
Let me close that out. Okay, so I thought they had some good points.
Mhm.
I don't think that they were too mean about it. It was done humorously.
Mhm.
It was funny, but
Yeah.
I mean, really, it's just moving your shit around.
Yeah,
Those-
he's done 11 of these videos, and if you've watched any of them, yeah, there are going to be certain ones that'll get ragged on more than others. And I think I looked at it all as constructive criticism. And the tough part is that not all the shelves look like that anymore. And like biggest thing off the bat for me was going to be lighting. That's something I've been just working on. So Eric, who's part of our group, he's done amazing things with lighting with his shelves, as we saw 2 weeks ago. There's never been enough lighting to go from the bottom to the top. And so we're going to change out all of that. That's going to be one of the big goals. I am interested in, so these shelves are not adjustable. I can remove a shelf to make it deeper like that Overlord shelf because it depends which bots, because not each one. So some are 10 inches, some are 12 inches, and some are 14 inches. So the higher up you go, the more space that there is. If I had the adjustable back portions and changing it, then I would, because that would make things feel less cramped. I found that criticism kind of funny because in a lot of other displays that you watch, people just put so much in and it feels squashed. Well, where I try with mine, you can still visibly see them. They're not as spaced out as Bobby's. Bobby's got dioramas that can make that done. But too many times, like 9 out of 10, I just feel like you see people with bot, and then they're all A stands, and I hate that. Like I try and get mine to be doing things. And for the plain shelf, with the one that had G2 Screamer, Cyclonus, Scourge, they've all moved to the top. So I kind of almost have like a battle scene now going on the top of my display. And if need be, I can post pictures into the group. I've got one shelf that's now turned into like an 86 movie shelf. Dr. Egg is sitting by himself. And I got a couple of blank shelves because I've kind of moved things around. But yeah, I do like the idea of using the risers and making things seem better. And I would, in the long run, like to make some of those bigger shelves turn into actual dioramas to make them look more fitting. But then, yeah, I agreed with like 99% of everything that was said. I had no issues with. Like I thought,
you've got everything moved to the other back wall now, so there's no more concern about any toppling down the stairwell.
Yeah, and I mean, and that's always going to be a concern.
Heavy, and where they say you should pull out one of those shelves to make more space. I agree, but that's such a nice shelf, and that glass is so beautifully thick. It would break my heart, and you can't take half of the case out. It's one big piece of glass, right?
In the middle portion that separates left from right, there's a massive piece of glass there that's also structural, so I can't remove that. So that piece disappears, then because there's also the clips where the shelves will sit on. Those pieces are there, so I can't remove those. So yeah, what's this?
Brazil, Indiana. I didn't know they had like a Brazil out there.
Yeah, they have French Lick, Indiana. But yeah, I mean, at the same time too, I got rid of a few figures. I've taken a few things out. I still have figures to put in, as well as we all know we all have things still in boxes. Like I still need to pull out my my drag strip. And one of the easier, the big thing is when I first posted pictures of my floating shelves, and I got those from Home Depot. Those are 27 inches wide. I wanted something that could actually hold the weight of a combiner. When I first posted pictures, I had like Omega Supreme, Devastator, Armageddon. I kind of like had all the big bots there, and then the lights were different colors. And so those are the first pictures I posted. I got a lot of good feedback, and I knew those puck lights were just going to be temporary because they're just battery powered. They suck.
I remember you saying that too.
Yeah, they're just, I mean, they're okay. They're cool, but they're not going to be a long-term thing. And so I agree. I think with keeping the Dinobots all closer together and flip-flopping those two. So what will also happen is when we get done with Kang toys and I got that Predaking, he's going to be going on one of those bottom two shelves. But yeah, there's those things I'm going to work on. But like I thought those were very easy things to fix.
Brant said he's talking about the clips for the shelf adjusters for detox stands. I've seen those 3D printed.
Yeah, they look like little keys.
Someone gave me some of those one time. Yeah. I don't know if it was. All I remember is one day I was just sitting in here, and I had used them so I could have I don't know, one of the combiners, with the lifted shelf above, and that plastic just snapped and everything fell and collapsed. So I don't know. I'm sure there's different kinds of plastics and techniques and whatnot to make them with. These are my last two detox, and they're just kind of. I mean,
and don't get me wrong. Like detox, it's an easy way to go. My philosophy is this: we are spending thousands of dollars on our collections, and if you're doing the MP scale thing, and you do a lot of them, if you think about it, they're not light figures. A lot of these things, like if you pick up a Road King, if you have a Toy World Constructor, especially either an Armageddon or a Superion or a Bruticon, they weigh a lot. And I've seen many instances of pictures of detox that have broken because that glass in the shelves isn't that thick. And so for me, I was lucky. I was on OfferUp and I was searching for a while because I had bought one detox, and the things that I noticed at first were they're flimsy. And with Transformers, especially Masterpiece, like it would work probably better with Legend Scale and Chug, but with Masterpiece, as soon as you get like 3 bots, maybe 4, depending on if they're Autobot car bots or if they're Decepticons or whatever, there's no room and it's crowded and it gets ugly. And I just don't like that because it takes away from the individual beauty of each bot. Or if you have a group of bots, then it kind of takes away for it. Like I do like the way that Mark Malone has done his. He doesn't overwhelm his, but in general, details to me are too squished, but they work better for like what I would say like hot toys, like the 1/6 figures or statues.
I had the Dinobots, the Chrome Gigas, and I had 2 in one shelf, and then I had 1 on each one with the LED lighting on them, and with that, like it had almost like a museum display look to me.
Yeah.
But once you start. What I think a lot of collectors run into is their collecting runs wild and they overwhelm themselves with item versus storage and display options. You know what I mean? So It's a give and take. It's like, oh God, I want to buy this new Tesla, but now that I've spent my cheddar on that nice car that I love, I got to buy these $60 tires for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and we all know like everybody's house is different and the space is always going to be different. And so, some people will use whatever. If you've watched Bobby Skullface's videos, he's got a variety of Billies of different colors, different sizes to create the uniformity though, and he's done some really good things for it. When you don't have glass in front of it, the issue then becomes, like he's already shown us in videos, is like a lot of dusting and cleaning. I barely have to dust my figures that are inside the shelves. The only thing I spend my time doing is cleaning the glass.
Now you live in a more suburban area too, where I'm out. I mean, it's getting there where I'm at, but there's still a lot of dust. Mm-hmm. And even behind a shelf and stuff, it's like, oh my gosh. I built my shelves with my wife. It's hard to see, but it's just thick wood, and I've kind of got this recessed area. So, I mean, I've got a lot, but I obviously use it for storage for product more than display. But I do have a little photography area set up there, and it's also filled with storage. But the options there. That was a nice way to do it. But like you said, it goes hand in hand with what you said. It depends how's your house laid out? Where can you put it? Where does your wife allow you to hide your stuff? And this is kind of my area.
Everything, yeah. When Tim first met me, you walk into my condo. So I have the top 2 floors of a 3-story condo, and you first walked in, you like looked right. There was my display case against kind of like by the front door. Get married, and then the rules were that all Transformers go upstairs, and so I had to move that 200-pound display case upstairs. So I had to disassemble it, rebuild it, and move it upstairs. So, yes, eventually there'll be a man cave. What's this? Brent.
Yeah, I mean, DTOFs definitely have their place. Let's see. Somebody said, "What's the best DTOF for Legend figures?" There's only one kind of DTOF, and
so
that's
DTOF, yeah. So just think about this. When someone says a DTOF, that is literally the one item that you can get from IKEA. It's just a 4-tier. I think it's a 4-tier display case.
Yeah.
You can either get it in, depending now, you used to be able to get in wood grain, but now it's black or white. Those are your 2 choices.
When I open it up, it's got a magnetic.
Yeah. So you got a magnetic little door, and that's it. And it's, I think that.
Susha.
Yeah.
And, that's what, I don't know how big these are, 18 inches or something like that?
I mean, if you go to IKEA and you literally just type in DETOLF, that's the first thing that's going to pop up.
Yeah. And I've got LED strips running facing inward on these but I don't ever use them because that's where I used to have more of a collection. Now I have nothing but stuff in boxes. But they're versatile. If you get lucky, like Carl, he got real lucky on. That's a really good display piece that he's got. A case, and I mean, I would guess that's probably $1,000 case. Otherwise,
yeah, if you get it with lighting, it's about $1,000, and you can find if you live near a city, like a main city, so like us with Phoenix, I can find whether you want to call them a horizontal trophy case. They've got a couple of different names to them. One without lights you can get for about $850, brand new. I was just lucky enough to find mine on OfferUp, and I paid $300 for it.
Billy cases aren't bad. I mean, it just kind of comes down to what you want. IKEA. The thing about IKEA shelving is, if you get their wood stuff, you can kind of customize it. Sometimes, you can get the open front, or you can buy the extra sliding glass doors, or the closing doors, things like that. It's just really your taste. But yeah, I would look around on Facebook Marketplace, and what's the other ones, Carl? OfferUp.
Yeah, and then because
glass display.
OfferUp also bought like Let It Go or whatever. There was like close 5, but really, honestly, just look at if you have a marketplace on Facebook that's like you're local to your area, use that, and then OfferUp. Those are gonna be your 2 easiest ways. But like, if you're lucky and you can find a business that's closing, and you can find some of those, because like sometimes they're just retail display cases, and that's what mine was used for.
Who is this? Warzone.
Hmm?
I want to start playing Warzone 2, but I haven't played it yet. I do play Fortnite.
Have you gotten a PS5 yet, or are you still hunting?
No, I haven't. I kind of gave up the hunt. If it falls on my lap, whatever. I've got a gaming PC, thanks to Chris, and some willing and dealing with him. And then I still got the old Xbox One, so
I got nothing. I got the brand new iPad Pro, which I can actually do PS5 and whatever the new Xbox is on that.
Yeah, well, and that's what I was thinking. I wanted to get to PlayStation because all the Xbox exclusive games I can get on Windows. So why get an Xbox? The PS5 games, though, I really want to play those Spider-Man games. Oh, speaking of Spider-Man, look at this. Dude, this thing's huge.
Oh, Kingpin?
It's the Kingpin, the BAF carded version. He's big, though. Like, I got these, and I was like, oh, maybe I'll put it in a game. But then I'm looking at the card, and I'm like, it's like a poster.
Yeah.
I'm not shipping that. Unless someone wanted it ripped out of the box. But I'll take it to the con. I got a bunch of stuff. Hey, man. What else? Oh, I got these. I've got them in a game right now. These little tiny. They're so small.
Yeah, the smallest Transformers. So they got Transformers, they've got GI Joe, and they've got He-Man. I've seen those at Target.
And then the back has a little. It's hard to focus on it, but it's kind of got that old G1 style box, and you can open it and reclose it. So if you want to take it out, put it back in. They don't transform though.
Yeah, good luck transforming that. Your toe thumbs break that.
Wouldn't that be cool though? Little Optimus Prime. It's probably hard to focus that close. And then Bumblebee. The three figures that they make over and over and over again.
It gets annoying. That's the one thing that gets annoying. But I mean, like, it's the guarantee for money. So, like, when any new company pops up, the first thing they're doing is they're making an Optimus Prime. It's. And I still laugh. I've been collecting, and I still don't have technically an Autobot Optimus Prime. I just have a Nemesis Prime.
Well, Brandon, if you're doing dioramas, are you going to make them yourself, or are you going to buy something like the things that I carry?
Or you can contact Crashbox Customs, which is Chris. It's part of, Enter the Realm, and he makes the crazy things. That he has contracts with Super 7 and all those fun things.
Yeah, he made that Popeye display, didn't he?
Yeah, and he also did the TMNT one.
Yeah, those look rad. Those are not cheap.
No, they're not. Those are like several $100.
Yeah, so I mean, if you have an IKEA, that's the best way to do it, is just go there and hands-on look at them and stuff, because they have them on display where you can actually get a good feel and visual of what you want to do compared to what they're offering. But
I think the smartest thing that IKEA could do is literally make a double detolf. I think it's a better thing to do. They don't do them. You see people who do customize things to create them, but that's just more money and more work.
Well, or just a more durable one, even. Like if they did glass that was as thick as what you've got on that shelf, or even half as thick as what you got on that shelf, it would be a lot more, as far as construction goes, a lot more durable. It wouldn't be every time I open the door, a tiny little 1/4-inch magnet shakes the whole and rattles the whole thing, and I'm picking up Megatron, and every time I want to open or close it.
And there is so one of the things that Bobby also got, and I remember first seeing it because was it Uncle Dolphin? He's one of his neighbors got it. It's a modular cube, Magicase. I mean, they're expensive, and I'm sure you can. I mean, they kind of priced them out. You can actually make them for pretty much the same price as buying them. Those cases, to me, would work really, really well for like the big setups of like War Things or the Titans figures, or the combiners. And being modular, you can actually get either really big ones. They have different sizes, but they interlock together. I mean, but that's several $1,000s for display cases. That's a little overboard, but it's still really, really cool.
They are not cheap. I had one and actually raffled it one time.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, it was a big one.
I tried winning that. I didn't get it. I was angry.
And they've got built-in LED pin lights and stuff.
Yep.
Wait a minute. Let me get Brandon up here. I have a Legends collection. Also need space to put my Metroplex. Mm-hmm.
It's just so. I mean,
Metroplex isn't going to fit on one of these shelves unless you get the riser or you take one of the shelves out.
And that to me looks tacky. When you take out a shelf and you lose half of your detolf to just one big figure, and we see it all the time, it just looks dumb. And I'm not trying to be rude. It's just, to me, it's like, no.
No, I think you're right. I mean, if you take this out, Metroplex is really going to only stand a little bit over that anyways. So you've lost that entire space, essentially. But if you got one of those little risers, since you're going to put Legends on it, that might give you just enough of a nudge to get your Legends up here where you can still see them well, and have your Metroplex above or below or whatnot.
So, Brandon, this would be my question to you. Are you And it's all, this is where it's really going to come down to. Are your Legends figures going to be all over Metroplex? Do you want Metroplex in his city mode? Do you want him in that weird carrier mode, or do you want him in bot mode? Because if you want him in a carrier mode or the actual city mode, like Autobot City, I would look into either doing like what Tim did and creating your own floating shelf system, because that's something that's wide, and he will literally turn into your own diorama. So if your Legends figures are going to be placed on top of him, then you're either going to be putting several detolfs together and using the top portion to it, or you're going to find, you know, however thick board you need to, you know, to be a shelf that he can sit on with basically the back portion going up, the legs going out, or however his city mode is, to basically be able to put those figures on top. But if he's going to be in a bot mode and you're going to have him surrounded by Legends figures, then, you know, it's still probably going to be one of those things where you would want to put him on top of a detolf versus being in a detolf. So yeah, how do you want to display Metroplex? That's the first question that I would ask. What are you doing, Timmy?
Boop. Hi.
Yeah.
I had to go get a beer, and I didn't want to see you. I'm wearing absolutely no pants, so I didn't want you to see my hairy ass when I was walking out.
Thank God my vision's bad. You would have been fine. Would have seen your bright red butt.
The dogs keep trying to jump at it, thinking there's like a tarantula crawling out on my crack.
Better than a Vienna sausage.
I've been doing these goofy duck games. I don't know if people like them or not. The feedback I'm getting, people say they're fun, but I mean, that's the whole point of the group anyways, right? But let's look at some of our active games. Of course, mine's up. Hello. Plenty of spots here. This is all new Joy Toy stuff here, or, you know, of course, I've got the stable of Fans Toys bitches here, right? Oh, I need to expand this so I can close it. I didn't plan for that. What else we got? You got anything up, Carl?
No, I keep meaning to put one up, which I know everybody's probably waiting on, and I've annoyed everybody by not putting up that Vexo Promenon, my Batman TFCon exclusive, which is sitting not too far from me. I just need to take pictures and figure out how to do it, but I know everybody's nagging me for it.
Let me hide myself, but I'll leave.
Which mutes you, so it looks like we've got some Legend scale figures. Timmy, come back. You're leaving me by myself with no script.
I thought you could hear me.
Nope.
You can't hear me?
Nope.
All right, fine. Yeah, this is Sean's game. He's got some Mech Fans Toys, Headmasters, and 6 Ninja. Those are good. He's got the Mario bump. And we've got the Headmasters here from Anthony. These are the new reissues.
So, yeah, so to explain these to people so people get it. So, remember when you see your Titans Return figures versus like your Takara LG versions? So, these are based off the Takara ones. So, these are better painted. But they're just basically Titans Return reissues that are painted more closely to the actual original toy than the Titans Return one ever was. So,
looks like he's also got the red, the Soundwave, non-transformable but posable. He's got the Glider of the Sky Transfear, which is the KO of DX9 Power Glide.
Which is actually, people like that one more than they even like the original.
Yeah, absolutely.
You brought anything else once. This is
Power getting going.
Why aren't more people? Why isn't this closed yet?
I know.
You people are dumb. No offense. So I don't think you people get it. When everybody keeps complaining, saying that Fans Toys is the greatest, yes, they may be the top-tiered company, but Gigapower has the best set of Dinobots. They scale better. They feel better. The transformation is a little rough on some of them, but Chrome Gigapower, or even metallic, it just comes down. Do you want it shiny? Do you want it a little more dull? It kind of depends on your preference. But the Gigapower Dinobots are massive. They are fantastic figures. You need these in your collection.
He's also got the bugs. Yep. He's got the aerial bots. He's got the icons. Official.
Looks like got an MP30
Soundwave with some remix tapes.
Yeah,
and a lot more. I mean, he's got what Takara Tiger Track, Exhaust. I mean, it's a ridiculous list, and there's only like 30 spots, I think.
Yeah, that's a good chance to win.
Yeah, big payoff on that one.
Yeah, it is. That was Harrison's. Yeah, Harrison's game. That was.
This one spin already?
Yeah, Harrison's game is spun. I think that's when Mark won.
Here, we'll just use as an example. No offense, Harrison, but right here where it says "ready to spin," if you're a game owner and this is your game, the things that you want to tag is hashtag closing collecting. That should let people know that, hey, get on your spots so we can get this spinning, and then you'll change that to hashtag R2S ready to spin, or just ready to spin. So that way we know, hey, this game is ready to go. And when that game is spun and done, then change it to hashtag completed.
Hashtag you didn't win.
Yeah. Somebody did.
Mark did. Mark Mandala won.
He had a lot of good figures in this one too.
Yeah, he did. All figures that people need in their collection.
Ted here's got some killer stuff going on here. Dracula, Quietus, the Plus series, the Toon Colors.
Yep.
Those are nice.
I would definitely be going for another Dracula right now. I wouldn't mind having two.
Oh, I know. Hey, people slept on him. Remember when you got yours for me and I said, I think this is the best, the paint on it, the design, all the articulation, the best Fans Toys figure at that time that had come out.
Well, it was tough because not too long after that was Quietus. So that was a good year.
Yeah, that was real good.
Definitely a very good year. And what I liked, though, is he had, with those wings, the articulation, like no matter if you had him in bot mode or bat mode, those wings just make his presence just uncanny.
Terry's got a really good Voltron game going on here.
Yeah, I helped him fix this one. This is so just another thing to point out. I know we've gone over this before, and before I approve a game, I typically will try and reach out to you if I see this. So if you notice when you submit your game, or if we actually tell you, like, hey, your sales option is on, those things will get flagged by Facebook and come back to us. So if I mention to you that I need you to turn that off, when you go to your top right-hand corner and you hit those three dots to edit it, it's going to give you an option to basically turn off the sales post. So before anybody comments on the game, someone comments on the game, it's getting deleted, and you have to resubmit it. You have to turn that sales function off. In the beginning, basically do not use dollar signs. Use like the emoji $sign. Do not use a regular $sign. And kind of be careful on your like how you put it, because sometimes this Facebook algorithm will just automatically
you're trying to dodge the algorithm, so.
Yeah, and it will give you a flag saying your post is under review, and then only you can see it. The rest of us can't.
Looks like Chris got his Unicron from Sean's game.
Oof.
Man, Chris, you said you've only won 2 games in the last 5 months, but look at what you won. That's a badass. Oh my God, that's a grail. I don't know if you're going to leave it in the box, if you're going to resell it, if you're going to.
I spun that game. I think he won for like $20.
That's a pretty good win.
Because like when I spun the other Unicron game, Billy won for $60.
Well, Chris plays a lot of games. He's been with us since we've started.
What's the last name? I'm better with last names.
Who? Chris Ramirez? Jr.?
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Chris. Yeah, well, yeah. He played. No, he does. He at least. I mean, he's consistent. He'll at least put in one spot for a game. He's smart.
Brand. Brent canceled his game.
Yeah, this sucked. This pissed me off because this is a good game because Fans Toys Phoenix is a fantastic figure. Thomas is an unbelievable figure. Yeah, I don't know what happened here. This kind of blew my mind when I saw this. Like I've been kind of out of the loop for a week. This was my first week of doctoral school. So like the quickest thing that I can do is approve your game. I can't spin because I'm basically spending almost 10 hours a day at school, 4 days a week.
Well, that's some great figures right there. I like the pictures too.
Yeah,
laid out. Oh, this is
I approve that. Yeah,
Billy's. He won that little swag box that I sent for the member drive, and his little boy was pumped. Did you watch it?
I have not seen it yet. I remember hearing you talk about it.
Yeah, his little boy.
I saw some of the comments. Yeah, Billy's a good guy. He's got some really if you want an honest review, like I know people get tired of MGO because like it takes a lot for MGO to not like something. And there are a few figures that he doesn't like, but sometimes it's just like no matter what it is, he always seems to like it because he's got a very open mind. You know, but like Billy will straight up give you the facts and just be like, don't do it. Or if you do it, take it out of the box and just put it on the shelf and don't ever touch it. Like those are the reviews that can really help out because we always hear the same thing from everybody.
Yeah.
Brandon.
Brandon says he loves the look of bigger bots, but only collects Legends and Titans. But the Legend scale bots, I mean, they're just smaller masterpiece at this point. They got some really sweet figures coming out in the Legend scale. I mean, New Age.
I think didn't Dr. Wu just throw their hat in? Shows he just has like 8 of their figures as something just came out of nowhere.
Yeah, it's weird some of these companies that do these things, but like they pop in and out. It's like some Chinese billionaire or something. He's like, I think I'll make a robot this week and put it up.
Like Dr. Wu was normally for like all of the War for Cybertron, Earthrise, and Kingdom. They were creating like all the filler pieces. Like I remember them doing it for Ultra Magnus, or it would make Ultra Magnus taller. You know, I remember seeing Dr. Wu for making like add-on kits, but that's almost how every third-party company starts. They are upgrade kits, and then DNA Designs tried to make some, and then they just went back to upgrade kits.
Yeah.
But yes, Legend scales better with Titans for sure. I didn't really see anything new that
on Shozy.
On Shozy, yeah, I don't remember there really being anything because there's very few things that are Transformer related. I mean, everything else seemed to be like a lot of it was like the 1/6. They had a huge section of the 3-0 figures. So like the things from some of the anime and the G.I. Joe, like they had all those in a row.
This is Joy Toy. As you know, I've kind of gotten into those. I like them. They're a little bitty, but they have 2 different scales, 1/18th and 1/24th. But then they've got these cool play sets coming out and stuff too, so you can kind of build out a new. Let's see here. What we got? We'll do a quick run through and then we'll.
So that's the desk. I think it was the dump, whatever Starscream. So it sounds like, and I don't know much about this. I've only seen a few things. So apparently this is. So according to Terry, so Terry's got his little TF source page you can buy from him. He stated that this is Transform Element, part of Black Mamba, and this is like an upscaled. I believe it's an upscaled version of New Age. I cannot confirm that. I'm just trying to remember what I read in some of the comments. But a lot of people do like those New Age seekers. They're probably the one that everybody picks up. So this is an upscaled version.
10 inches. It's just shy of 10 inches.
So this will fit with your MP52, your Make Toys. It's going to be the same height because I think that's pretty much 10 inches is what it is for Make Toys.
I think. Am I crazy? But does this look weird to you?
Does what?
His diaper doesn't like the girth of his diaper seems
It looks Yeah, he got some thick thighs. Well, not thick thighs. He's got some thick hips.
And the fact that they kind of got his hand pushed up here says that they might be trying to hide it. I don't know. Let's look a little further. See if we see anything. I could be crazy though, because right here it looks completely fine.
Yeah, but I think the proportions, like I feel like his thighs might be a little short, but to me his feet look very Robotech like, which is interesting. But it looks like he's got some seriously good ankle wrappers if that's the case. Looking at that left foot.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's not bad. I mean, it's so the real determination and Transform Element. If this is kind of like the company for that, I have their Nemesis Prime. I really like their quality. It'll be interesting on this one. Like I don't know how much diecast it'll be or how heavy it will be, but even then, it's kind of like how I like Fans Hobby. Fans Hobby has a really nice, thick, playable plastic. I'd be curious to see. That's kind of ugly though. I'm not really liking them back. Not really liking them back wings, but
it cleans up good, except for this part right here.
Yeah, but I mean, like, we never look at the back of our figures anyways. They're not posting them that way. But I mean, like,
I mean, look at the profile though; it's clean right there.
Yeah, that's not a huge backpack. So I mean, it's not even. They didn't even show a picture of a jet mode.
No, isn't that weird?
But I don't think. I'll tell you this though. I think Transform Element's one of the more underrated companies.
I think it's the most underrated company.
Like if they can do more figures, and I think if they can do a bit more paint, I think that they could find themselves in third place easily behind X Transbots.
There's your Dr. Wu. I think that looks like garbage. I mean,
I think it looks cheap.
This is big. These are small. You can see the sliders. I don't know. Maybe I'm being too picky. It's a legend scale, but with the legends that we have now being so good, this seems like.
But it's half the cost of what is out right now, because most legend scales I think are like what, $40, $45 depending on the figure you get, and he's like what, 20?
This one's $29, but the Jinbao Optimus Prime looks a lot better than this, and he's like $10 more, and he comes with the trailer and all this stuff. Hands down, he's better. I mean, none of this is here. You're not seeing a tire. You're not seeing this flap. You're not seeing this. I don't know.
No. To me, I agree with you. I think it looks. I'm just looking at the top portion by like the top of the windshield, and to me, I just see cheap plastic.
Yeah.
I see low grade quality.
Like some overspray or something, overpainting there. This piece here, I don't know.
Yeah.
Ball joints in the elbows to me screams loose joints.
Well, it's going to be a hot floppy mess. Like that'll be one you can pick up, and I guess somebody's deciding to try and have a Too Fast, Too Furious outside my front door. Apologies.
There you go. There's the full truck mode.
Trailer looks fine.
And of course, they've got the repaints for days.
Yeah.
The Nemesis, you got the dead Prime, you got the
Actually,
red.
I guess that's a big thing. I guess that's gonna be the 2-pack for the Constructicons. Yeah, dude, it's like I don't think that looks too bad. I mean, that's always the scary thing for me is like the detail that you can lose in the legend scales. But I think they've done such a good job. Like that's really impressive. I got Scavenger.
To me, this is like if the original Devastator and Constructicons and stuff in the 80s were now being made, they should look like this.
Yes. Yeah, that looks.
It's not too much, you know. It's not overly detailed. I mean, this is kind of ugly right here. This big open gap, but that's all right. I mean, who's really going to have them in this pose, anyways? They're going to have a Devastator.
Yeah. Oh, he's even got the trumpet. Nice.
Is that the trumpet from the ceremony?
Yeah. Starscream's coronation. Yeah.
How about that?
It would have been funny if it came with two of them, because one of them with the trumpet portion, the other one blown off by Starscream. Yeah, those look. Yeah, there's Hook. That looks to me. I think, and then this is the thing too. Visually, when you look at this, I already see that the plastic quality to me already looks night and day different. Oh, it is Hook.
Mm-hmm.
That's not bad.
I mean, you know, remember they're legend scale. What are you gonna do? But
These are going to stand what 3.5 inches?
let's find out. 3.94 inches.
Okay, so almost 4 inches. That's not bad.
The combiner is going to be just shy of 10 inches, about the size of that Starscream we were just looking at.
Mm-hmm. I'm still waiting on the. I ordered the Master Made Devastator. I can't wait to get that.
Ooh, look at that.
Wow.
See, it looks pretty cool.
Only thing I don't like are the thighs. That's the only thing that looks kind of weird to me.
Right here?
Yeah. I don't know. It doesn't look like the same quality. Am I wrong?
Not really. I mean, yeah, maybe.
It could just be the light. It could just be the lighting as well, because that doesn't look like it's a professional photo. That literally looks like it's. They might be at like a
This is a
convention.
good sign.
Oh, glue. Yeah, that's. I mean, I still think that looks pretty good though.
Yeah,
Like
for
legend scale, I think that's pretty cool.
Not bad. Thumbs up.
Kind of
Got a little chrome going there in the elbow joint.
And we know for days this will get recolored and retooled. They'll do a G2 version. They'll do a weathered version. They'll do a. They'll find ways to just redo the crap out of this.
They can pull the shades up.
Well, yeah, because it's funny because if you watch the cartoons and people have shown the pictures, like he's had like 5 or 6 different types of faces. So he's had the glasses, he's had the eyes, he's had them all. I think at one point they even like gave him like an Optimus Prime face mask for some odd reason.
What the hell is this?
I have no idea. Looks like something would be out of like what was it, Far Cry or Outlander or Outworld? I don't know. Some video game.
It looks like it would actually move, or
it looks like to me, was it Borderlands or something? That apocalyptic game where you like go into cryo status and then come out.
This is weird. That's me and you, Carl.
Kind of makes me think more of like the cryo tubes from Alien and Aliens, which you gave arms and legs.
This is kind of cool. I saw a video where they were making fun of how these games and stuff, the armor on a man versus the armor on a girl. Bless you. And she's wearing like a chainmail bikini. And you know what I mean? It's like, what's that gonna stop? Getting her tit shot?
Yeah.
Kind of the same thing here.
Do you have any other comments? Anybody said anything?
Yeah, Brandon said that Dr. Wu's like world's smallest, so they're tiny.
Oh, so they're even smaller.
Yeah. Weird. I've never had Dr. Wu in hand. I thought he did accessories and such.
Accessories and upgrade kits. That's all I remember him doing.
Let's see. I don't really see a whole lot of new stuff.
I was gonna say TF Source had that 3-pack on sale for the for Scourge. Was X Transbots Swarm? They were on sale. Oh yeah, here's your 3-0 stuff.
The Snake Eyes. He looks good. I know it's not Transformers, but you know,
we're all collectors.
That looks good. I hope the movie doesn't suck.
I think it will.
It's likely that it's not going to be good, but you know, I don't know.
It's I mean, the whole fact that they always seem to just like go completely away from the source material is just never understanding to me. I just don't get it.
Well, you know, you get someone that's trying to update it and stuff, but what you need is someone that's really a fan too, like a legitimate fan that has production skill or whatever.
Like,
you know what I mean?
And Masters of the Universe. Yeah, those are the anime figures. Go up. So there's two of them. So you got the dude who's holding like the red mask, and then you got the lizard one. It's like Dura. I want to say it's Duradara.
Dora Hidoro.
Something like that. Yeah. I'm waiting for season 2, but it is such a good, fun anime.
I liked it.
It's brutal. I love it. So he woke up with like a different head, and so what happens is when he bites someone's head, like a witch or a sorcerer, whatever they want to call themselves, they see his face. So he's just trying to find the person who did it to him, and it's a really good anime series. Like I love it. It is hilarious, and his character is just hilarious.
That looks badass.
Yeah.
I thought about getting them. I've still got a One Punch Man.
Yeah, you got One Punch Man. It's Saitama and Genos.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait for the next season because I think that's going to really get into an interesting side on Gaara.
Look, they actually put Nike symbol on these.
Yeah, he's a beast. This dude can beat the hell out of anybody.
With a hammer.
They're probably going to do his female partner. She's even more insane.
I think they have her.
Do they? Because she's supposed to be bigger than him.
I can't remember, but I thought they did.
Well, it's 3-0. It's all on their website, so.
Yeah.
I mean, right now, it's like the only thing I've seen really are just like kind of like reissues. Like X Transbots is doing a lot of reissues of figures. If anybody missed it, I think they had Dr. Egg on sale for like $125 on TF Source. That was a pretty cheap deal.
That's a good deal.
It's way better than $175. That was way overpriced. I'm still curious to see what they're going to do for like that Executioner, like what price he'll be, because they said like he'll have lights, but I mean like I wouldn't see it being more than $100 figure. Honestly, I know people argue and say 75, but the issue I think that people need to understand right now too, if you haven't been watching world news, is that China's going through like another impact because they haven't been able to get enough people vaccinated. So I would not be surprised if things get really put on hold with the transformer market again, just because things are getting out of hand again. FYI.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So you know those Legoing bricks I have?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Soundwave, didn't you?
Yeah, I have the Prime 2. This is him next to like a masterpiece scale type figure. He's huge.
Like 15 inches.
Yeah. There's a Hasbro. He's like 20 inches. Like,
wow, that's massive.
Not 20, but he's pushing it. That's not bad for a Lego figure, I thought. Oh, look at that. That's not Optimus Prime. That's not my Prime.
Oh, and then if people also didn't notice, BBTS got the exclusive for the Shattered Glass 3.0 Soundwave. So if anybody's like a big Soundwave nerd, you can pick his pre-order up for $250, plus the $4 shipping, plus the tax.
What we got here? Something different.
This reminds me of
what was that one then? They kind of had like vines and plants on it.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah.
That's exactly the cartoon I was thinking from the 80s.
I can't remember.
That's exactly what that reminds me of.
If they don't know the source material, don't make a movie about it. Look at Michael Bay Prime example. Ooh, yeah, that's right.
What's terrible about that, though, is that I remember when the first movie was coming out, there were polls, there were like questions that they were asking the public, and they wanted feedback. And so, like, the first movie wasn't too bad, but then they just went completely off script. Like, I mean, like, you had IDW back then, you had DreamWorks, you could have used some of those concepts that people weren't familiar with, and they didn't. They just, and that Devastator just makes me want to puke. This was so garbage.
Here's a 3-0 Megatron.
Yeah, this is from the War for Cybertron. So if you like the weird bricky looking Megatron, this is for you.
Well, I like the Megatron look better than I do the Optimus Prime look.
Yeah. Does this even have the white lips like he's got some cheeseburgers?
I don't know. Let's see. He's got lights.
Only all got lights.
No, his mouth looks normal there.
Okay, good. Because in the anime, that's one thing I couldn't get over. I do think the voice actor that does Megatron, I think, did a fantastic job. I think Prime's is absolute garbage. I think most Autobots are also garbage with their William Shatner. I'll say one word, wait 5 minutes before I say the second. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, pretty cool. Oh, well. Well, what do you say we call this a wrap, dude?
Sounds good. I got to get back to studying. It's a Saturday. It's real life. But well, I promise I'll try and get my game up tomorrow. Because I think I'll be able to close it basically in a couple hours.
I'm getting a spot.
I'll tag you. I got to tag you, Simmons, and a few other people who I know are big Batman aficionados. So if also speaking of Bobby Skullface, this model was actually reviewed by Bobby Skullface. So it is a mint in box. Mine's been sitting in the box ever since I got it, so I've not even actually taken them out of the box. But Bobby was the one that reviewed it. So I will tag the YouTube video. I will put that in the description so people can watch it if they want.
Hey, Carl, look how white my head is. I actually shaved it with a
because your hair blocks out the sun. So yeah, at least your hair's not like white like this.
It is. You can see where I was balding right there.
It's all good, man. It's natural, dude. Like, think about this though. If you're naturally gonna go bald, you more than 9 times out of 10 you'll look good. I'm going white. I'm just leaving it. I don't care. It's even in here. It's all here. Just let it happen. It's all good, man. Just go with it.
Down to my ball fro. Hey, all right. Well, have a good night, man. And I'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, man. I'll look forward to spinning some more games this weekend. Hopefully, let's get some stuff closed. As you guys saw, there are great games up. Go out and play.
Yeah, and Brandon and you guys, thank you for chit-chat with us. It was kind of impromptu, but it always is.
Always.
Otherwise, I'm going to go finish this beer, and you guys have a wonderful night.
Cheers, guys. Take care of yourselves.